fanboys and fangirls. Welcome back to another TV Talk episode. Today we are talking about the penultimate episode of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, called The Eye. Why it's called The Eye, I don't know.
Because she lost him. I actually don't know either.
This is a spoiler. Oh, excuse me. This is going to be a spoiler.
Oh yeah, spoiler.
If you haven't figured out by Luke's comments, but yeah.
Before we even get to the episode, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think the episode titles have really been great. Not that they matter.
No,
but like
it's a weird little thing though that I'm like.
What was it? Episode 3 or 4 is called The Great Wave.
Yeah.
And it's like that wasn't really the main part of that episode.
No, the episode titles have been awful.
I think the best titled episode was last week's with the Battle of Udun, which is it's where they're at, isn't it?
Kind of.
It's like that field is
technically
called Udun.
That's a different. It's
and
slightly further north.
And they all chant it. It's just like okay,
yeah,
we're yelling stuff, kind of freaky.
We yelling all the things.
The title for Adar is probably one of the better ones.
Yeah.
They should just name everything something in Elven or Black Speech or Quenya or Kenya.
There you go. Yeah.
Every episode.
Quenya. Yeah, I agree. Let's do that. Oh, all right. Well, what are your guys' thoughts on episode 7 generally? Curious what you guys. We haven't this is one of the times we haven't really talked about it beforehand, so I'm genuinely on the edge of my seat. What did you guys think?
I still really enjoy the show. I enjoyed the character work in this episode, especially as we go into the finale, which I think is going to be pretty intense. It felt like a breath before things go down, which I'm always a fan of. I feel like this episode probably wasn't as popular because we just had a big battle, everybody loved it, and now it's just kind of we're more so going to talk in this episode. But I really, really liked what I got. I loved Galadriel and Theo's conversations. We learned more about Galadriel and why she's doing all this stuff and how there's more to it and how she's questioning her motives, which I really like.
Yeah.
I won't just say everything about the episode because I'm sure everybody wants to say something, but yeah, I still really enjoy this show. So.
Good.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought they did a good job of just kind of setting up the finale. Just hey, we need to get these characters from here to here. We need to kind of, like you said, give everybody a breath. I enjoyed it. I thought it was nice to deal with the aftermath of everything and just kind of find out where everybody was. I found myself starting to believe Luke's theory a little bit more, which was fun.
The horse theory?
Yeah.
I just wanted to know I got another one coming in hot. Multiple coming in hot.
I love it. And no, it was just a nice, slower, let's figure out who people are. There is some interesting things said that I'm sure we'll dive into later.
Absolutely.
But no, I liked it. All in all, I'm kind of with you. I can understand why people probably don't love this episode, but for me, I liked it. I just like being in that world, though.
Yeah.
That's the kind of the point I've reached where they could just give me hot garbage. I just want to be in Middle Earth. Not physically be there, but just kind of hang out.
Dude, I'd go there. I would. I might get killed by an orc, but you know what? I would be there.
To just ride a horse across Rohirrim, right? Just days of those beautiful rolling hills, the mountains to the south, the forests to the north.
I know we're getting more into the Lord of the Rings movies, but can you imagine coming over the hillside and seeing Minas Tirith like they do in the movie?
Freaking amazing.
I think I would die. I would be there's no way that's possible. Yeah. The aliens will build this.
The other thing, I really liked being with Durin and all the character stuff there.
Dude,
that whole storyline is phenomenal. It's
by far the best part of the show.
It's very quickly
their friendship.
The top of the list. Yeah, their friendship
is so awesome.
And performances for that story this week were top notch. It was fantastic. I found myself emotional.
Yeah,
it was good.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's the best storyline right now, and I think I figured out why I like it so much more than the other storylines is because it's the one that has the most weight behind it. We understand all of the characters' motivations, and each of the other storylines have enough like
Ambiguity.
mystery box
Yeah.
characters that it's like, well, I still don't know the stranger's motivations.
Yeah.
I still don't know Halbrand's motivations, which I'm sure we'll learn a little more next week, and
But-
that'll reframe everything. But like, that's why that storyline is so much better than the
lines
others.
are so clear.
Yeah, yeah,
It's good.
yeah. It's really, really good. Overall, I thought this episode was fine. Kind of where I've sat. I don't dislike this show. I also think that it's. I think it's relying a little too much on the J.J. Abrams mystery box formula, and I'm really hoping we get away from that in season 2. But I've kind of accepted that that's what it is, and I'm just kind of like Tyler. I'm here for the ride. I will tell you if it's a hot mess, and I don't like.
Yeah.
I won't like that it's a hot mess. But I'm also like, just I'm curious to see where they're going.
I don't think it's a hot mess.
No, and I don't either. But I'm just saying, if they gave me hot garbage, it would not sit well with me. You made that statement earlier. Like, I don't care if they give me hot garbage. No. I'm just happy to be in Middle Earth.
Yeah.
Well, okay, specifics. What are some of the things we really like about this episode? We talked about Durin and Elrond.
Yeah, that stuff's phenomenal.
That stuff's awesome.
So good.
I really enjoyed the stuff with the Galadriel and Theo, how they both like are really blaming themselves.
Yeah.
Yep. I think that was a really important thing to see this week with Galadriel. This is that character turn where
she's been on her
hunt.
route of vengeance, and then she watches pretty much everybody die, and she's just like, freaking. Like,
everyone except for the people with plot armor who are main characters.
Oh, of course.
I just like that she recognizes that, like, she very easily could be on the wrong end of this. Like, and she even explicitly states that, like, vengeance is dangerous.
Yeah.
And it's a good leap. It's a good knowledge base to have for her, because it hasn't been there.
Yeah. I also just want to comment. I think that Galadriel's conversation with Layla's on one of my positives. I think really how, despite the fact that I didn't love all of them being in a town that was approximately 50 yards across, they all ended up like miles away from each other. It's a logistics thing. I liked each of their little moments that they had with each other. Brawin and Arendir. I still can't pronounce his name right. I thought that was probably the weakest, but it was also the short. Like, it was just a little blip there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really feels like Arendir's taking a back seat.
Well, the characters who are, canon are here now, so unfortunately, I half expected them to kill him off this episode. Like, out of everyone who could have died, like those Brawin and Arendir, like those two, I think could have been used as like a crap.
Yeah, I'm
They're
amazed
dead.
that Brawin just keeps surviving.
There's something about her. We got some theories cooking up in here.
No, I do have another one though that we'll talk about later.
I always have theories cooking up.
I also think, especially the beginning of this episode, I loved the visuals. That red ash, I thought it looked really cool, very unique. I think we'll eventually, obviously, see that transition into like, here is the Mordor that we know, being like the more dark lands. But it was really kind of cool to have a different vibe with that kind of red sun piercing. It's that red hue I thought was really, really neat.
And I guess while we're just on the topic of Mordor,
the Southlands.
the only thing in the episode that was just weird, and people probably either hated it and thought it was stupid,
Oh, please.
which is the Southlands title and then Mordor coming out.
I thought it was stupid.
So bad.
Here's my thing with it though. If there would have been title cards constantly throughout the show, I don't think it would have been that big of a deal.
Agreed.
But there hasn't been any since
Episode 2,
maybe 2, maybe 1.
Yeah, maybe 1.
Like, because we've seen all the locations now, so we know what they are.
Mm-hmm.
And then 8
Well,
episodes
they've done
later,
a
it's like,
really-
here's the title cards back. And it's like, We haven't seen those in a while.
And they've done a really
didn't
cool
look
job
right either.
of
It's
involving
really weird.
of using the maps as kind of like overlays, and you see locations on those maps. You could have done something cool
I
with
thought
that.
like they could have panned out and it just been the map.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
Or just left it. Honestly.
Yeah. Thankfully, it's like not character based or like story based. It's
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
a weird thing, and so it's like
yeah.
doesn't really have that much of an impact. It's like, oh, thank goodness, my biggest complaint of the entire show is like a title card.
Yeah, I thought it was really strange looking. I was like, this feels tacked on.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
And Adar like smiling as it like got to, I was like, this is just the weirdest thing. Why did they do this? I agree with you.
Another negative that I had this week that you guys will be very surprised about is the Harfoot storyline.
Oh,
Sad face Brett over here.
You didn't like it, but it's still a 10 out of 10 because Harfoots are in the episode.
I mean, that was the criteria, so it is technically still a 10 out of 10.
It understood the assignment.
I just felt like once again, they did the exact same thing that they've done in the last 3 episodes that they've had them. The stranger and the Harfoots interacting. It's like, he's kind of dangerous. He's not bad, but he's not maybe good. He's peril. Like, I loved that line when they did it, and we just keep.
But
it's the only thing we see
ago,
from it, right?
Yeah.
And I just feel like in a restructured version of this show, I don't think I would have even introduced the Meteor Man, the stranger, until like episode 5 or something, and then just had that be a second half of the season mystery. Mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, because they made it feel way bigger than it's been.
Yeah.
By the way they introduced him.
Yeah.
But we did get a little bit more of the Mystics.
Yes.
And kind of their thing is
magic.
They're hunting down Gandalf.
Definitely servants of Sauron or Morgoth, and yeah.
I'm assuming they will be the ones to reveal the name.
Probably.
Yeah. Because I don't know how else. Maybe they'll put his name as a title card.
Will they do it through his like elven name though, or Maiar name?
Yeah.
Because Gandalf is like his human
it's
name.
His human name.
Mithrandril. Yeah, something.
Mithrandril. Something like that. Yeah. That's so. At the end of the day, I thought that it was nice to have the Harfoots back. It was disappointing to see them just kind of spin their wheels yet another episode, just to get us to the finale. I also didn't love the Isildur fake out death, possible death.
Oh,
yeah,
everyone, look, casual fans know that Isildur lives.
Yeah,
that's not. Have the queen or someone who you're like, I don't know exactly who that is. Maybe they decided to kill him off in this version.
Yeah, I mean they kind of did it with Halbrand.
Yeah, well, kind of.
But it was like, yeah,
they just didn't have him around for 90% of the episode, and then it's like, oh, he's in a tent,
and he's like dying, and now he's on a horse, and you're like, what?
This guy who was like. Big old gash, like death in his eyes.
Okay.
He's gonna ride halfway across Middle Earth.
Can we go?
It's pretty funny.
Can we go into one of my theories?
Sure.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Halbrand is the horse.
No, hold on. I still believe in my horse theory. But I got like 3 different ones going on. Everybody's been saying Halbrand is Sauron like this entire show though, except for me. The Halbrand
because he is.
The Halbrand in this episode shown. Maybe, yeah. Because they say the Southlanders found him on the road. That one could be Sauron, but here's my thing. I think in the next episode there might be a point where maybe a different Halbrand who's still in the Southlands, Mordor, helps Isildur get out of there. And this is like where their friendship comes. I think Sauron is riding with... Galadriel the freaking
I've
Linden.
always felt like he's under her nose.
Yeah.
The whole time. Like, and so while we're on that subject, she talks about a husband.
Celeborn.
He's in the Fellowship.
Yeah. No, he's not dead. I mean, I think they're doing that thing where she thinks he's dead. He's not actually dead. Or if he's dead, he gets reincarnated because that is a thing that happens. But...
Or she might not think he's dead, just missing, and that's like one of the other things she's over here looking for him. I don't know.
Well, she kind of
She implies he's dead.
I thought her line very heavily implied, if not outright stated, that she thinks he's dead. She considers.
She says lost, so
adds more to my theory that Sauron is always right next to her.
Yeah.
In some form or fashion.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But yeah, so add that one on to the Sauron.
We're gonna get two.
Everybody's obsessed.
Brands.
It's kind of funny because like I think I'm the person who cares least who Sauron actually is.
Sure.
In realness, I actually think he's just gonna be a guy in the last episode.
My bet is it's either Halbrand or someone who we've not met.
The horse. No.
I love that idea.
But no, I just like thinking of Sauron theories for everybody. I got another one though too. So.
Ooh.
I as far as I interrupted. As far as the Harfoots go though, I do think they've done a little back and forth with their shouldn't we a little too much. But I'm kind of glad they're like just going now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By
it's like, all right, here we go. We're actually like.
By the end of this, we got to the point where we needed to be, but only because it's the last. If there were 2 more episodes, they'd still be spinning their wheels.
Yeah,
and that's what I think I'm most frustrated.
This is the Hobbits are leaving the Shire.
Yeah. 100%.
Moment of the show, which is like, okay, now their adventure is finally
we got 4
underway.
adventures, 4 little Harfoots.
Can't wait for them to get wrapped up with Galadriel and be like, oh. We're out of our range here.
I'm gonna be like, oh dang, you're pretty.
No, that's for. Oh wait, Durin's married.
So Durin,
I'm sure everybody will say though.
Talking about the names. And
the secret names.
Yeah, the secret names. Who do we think Durin is? What do you think his secret name is?
I don't know. You know, that's one of those things that's not really addressed in the books, so I can't. You know, that's a fun place to theorize. Did you have an idea?
I just kept thinking he was going to say Gimli. I was like, he's going to freaking say Gimli. And I'm going to be like, wait, what? How does time work?
No, I think... I don't know if it'll...
Do dwarves live to be 1 billion years old?
Because they threw that out there, I think it's probably going to get addressed. But at the same time, like, I think it's just... For me, it was just a really nice way of showing that commitment that he has to Elrond as a friend.
Yeah.
He thinks of him as a brother. I mean, it's reinforced later when he talks to his dad.
Oh, man, that scene with his dad
was good.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
One of the best moments of the show so far.
Real quick, can we talk about the Númenóreans and Meriel? We talked the Eye, maybe implying the name of the episode being that Queen Meriel loses her sight, or... Not queen. She's not technically queen.
Queen Regent.
Queen Regent. What did you guys think of... Because I actually thought that was a pretty good performance, and I liked those moments.
I liked her in Elendil.
Yeah.
Especially, like, when she's like, we're freaking coming back, and he's just like...
He's like, what are we doing?
But I haven't even been reading chat. I'm really excited for... I'm pretty sure season 2 is going to be by Númenor. Like... Whoosh!
Getting white.
Because she's going to have a hard time convincing people to go. Because she's going to get home and Farah Zibidope is going to be probably in control at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how much they address of that in this next episode. If that's kind of like maybe we're not coming back because we have to deal with this conflict at home before we go back there. But eventually, I think, it'll be one of those, like, internal conflicts. Once that's resolved, we'll go back. Things will happen. Oh, man. I'm still really excited. That's why I like the moments and the things that I know are going to happen. Like, I still, even if, like, they kind of butcher things up, I'm still excited to see them.
Yeah. And
can't help myself.
Sorry, I'm kind of going back to Isildur and how you're like, oh, we know he's not dead.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like that too. And I was like, because I complain about it all the time. It's like you can't put characters you know what happens to them in a sense of danger. You got to work it with other people. Like, it's one of my biggest complaints about the Star Wars prequels, especially in Attack of the Clones, where they're like, are Padme and Obi-Wan and Anakin gonna get out of this death trap? Yeah. We know they're gonna be fine. But I think what kind of sold it for me was Elendil and Meriel and kind of knowing what it's gonna lead to. I think because Isildur is still going to be over in Middle Earth, I think he's going to kind of build a lot of rep for why he's going to be a future king one day.
Yeah.
Because Halbrand's going to give him his place.
He's going to betray him.
I will say, I think that will be a nice thing to have him stay.
Yeah.
And that will allow him to, you're right, I think, interact with those men, and it's going to allow him to grow in a way that he couldn't necessarily around his dad.
I think it's going to be a starting point for... I mean, it kind of goes into my theory, too. I think it's going to be a starting point for a really good friendship between Isildur and Halbrand. For the ultimate betrayal of Halbrand. Freaking coward!
Setting up their rivalry for the future.
The way is shut.
JT likes that theory as well, just so you know. Or at least that he's the...
I did see it kind of picking up some steam the other week. People
Yeah.
were like, is this the king from the mountain? I was like, you freaking bet it is.
Yep. Other theories or predictions. I mean, Luke's loaded over there.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's just one. It's too easy because in this show anybody can be Sauron.
Right.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
for
baby.
sure.
I thought Disa's little speech at the end was super sus.
Super
She's
evil.
like, the throne is yours. It will be ours. We will rule this mountain and dig for the
And
mithril.
her eyes were looking mighty creepy.
Dude,
in
they
that
look
scene,
like
too.
Sith eyes. Like
Yeah.
they're all yellow.
I was
Also,
like, yo.
she was forging.
Yeah.
Maybe
Everybody's a forger.
we're going back to multiple timeline theories, and everyone's Sauron. I don't know how we're gonna make it work, but we're making it work.
The only person that actually isn't Sauron is Galadriel in Isildur.
Or Galadriel's still way up north, and they actually accidentally find her, and Galadriel's been leading this army to them the whole time. It's like, what?
Wait a second.
Yeah, no. Dan and I were talking about her speech being really suspect. We were like, yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
She sounds mighty evil here, and it feels like every couple of episodes we have a character that you kind of start to like, and then they have this really sketchy speech, and you're like, I don't like you very much anymore, at least in this moment.
Yeah.
Are you bad? Disa might be bad.
Disa,
One of you joked about her being Sauron at one point. Was it you?
I don't remember.
Oh, no, it was Nick at work. Gilchrist. He was like, it's Disa. And I was like, whatever. And then this episode happens. It's like, freak.
Maybe. No, I
Suspect on the board. Where's my yarn?
that's a fun theory. I don't think it holds any water, but
Oh, no.
But I like
Here's
it.
where I'm sitting. I'm gonna rank my current theories.
mm-hmm.
So down here at the bottom, I've got Disa.
Yeah.
Right above it, I've got
Disa.
I've got the double Halbrands at number 3. At number 2,
The horse.
Barrack.
I've got Sauron is just hanging out.
Oh yeah.
Number 1 is freaking Barrack the horse.
So
He's gonna walk behind a tree and then go, "Ha! I'm actually Sauron, fool."
my number
You're
one
pumped.
is, my number 1 is Halbrand. My number 2 is a character we've not seen yet.
That would be where
Those are only 2 options.
I think they're the only 2 options, but I think it's like a 90-10 to Halbrand.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me.
It's pretty heavily.
I think
Halbrand.
it's as fun as the multiple Halbrand theory is. I think it's very clever.
Can you imagine like the whole episode? You're watching Halbrand and Galadriel do this thing up in Linden, trying to get
the
people.
very end,
and
and like Halbrand's there.
Halbrand is breaking Isildur out of
Whatever
Mordor. He's
under.
probably captured by Adar or something.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what? I don't know who
People
to
would be in
trust.
multiple timeline theory mode at
Yeah.
that point.
Or
Yeah.
even he's gonna show back up at the camp, and everybody's gonna be like, "You freaking left. What are you doing here?" And he's gonna be like, "Whoa. I've been helping this guy out." They're not gonna trust him.
I could actually see them doing that.
Mm.
I could see it.
And then Barrack is the one who signals the red flag. Barrack running first off. I loved the
Well, it's a seal door,
the
and
little
Barrack's
stuff
like,
with
I don't
Barrack
trust you.
and to seal Barrack. And that's I think the unconscious hint or the subtle hint to
The future of Rohan.
no unknowing audiences who don't really know the backstory. Barrack's in distress because he feels he's tied in to Isildur, and he knows Isildur's in trouble, so that's why he's gonna go save him. It's the same thing that happened in Two Towers with Aragorn.
Yeah.
And I think it's a little maybe on the nose in terms of parallels, but I think that's what'll happen.
I love
Arwen's gonna come down and kiss.
JT called Disa a diesel from Bullet Train. Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Who's a Thomas?
Who's a Thomas?
That was like the best running thread through that movie, man. The Thomas the Train stickers.
That was good. Okay, final thoughts here. What are some of the other things, or what do we think we're getting in the last episode?
Well, we didn't talk about the Balrog.
Do we need to talk about the Balrog?
It looks cool. I'm glad they kept the design.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to watch Khazad-dûm just get annihilated.
I just don't think it's going to happen for, maybe at the end of season 2. I think it just felt really early for it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen next week, right?
I'm just letting you know what the problem will be in season 2.
Sure. And that's fine.
That way they can address some other things.
Yeah.
I'm really starting to think we won't get a Sauron reveal in the finale.
I would not be surprised.
I think we get the audience gets a Sauron reveal, but the characters don't. It'll be one of those things where at this point, what we know and what the characters know splits.
He's just going to be chilling in Mount Doom, just like, yo, this volcano's lit.
Yeah, I kind of made
He's like taking a lava bath.
This looks nice. This looks nice.
Not hot enough.
A little too cool.
Goes and gets other lava
and
pours it in there like, we need to warm this up. It's like, what? Or he goes and finds a Balrog and just drops it in.
Yeah,
it's like, like puts a little baby one in there. He's like, I need to warm this up a little bit.
I think what I'm most interested to see, because I'm kind of interested about a lot of I think they've done a good job, despite me being unhappy. Maybe not unhappy. I'm not thrilled with all the mystery boxes. I am going into this last episode excited because I really don't know how they're going to handle certain things.
They've done a good job keeping the mystery.
The conflict with the mystics and the strangers.
That's our Gandalf reveal. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, but is there going to be like what's going to happen? Like, I don't know if that's like a legit big magic battle. Is that just a little reveal type thing? The stuff with the Halbrand and Galadriel in Linden, or probably not Linden, but Eregion. I think that could be really cool because who all is going to be there?
We're probably going to get our first ring made. I think.
Or at least the forge.
I think the forge is going to be completed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Numenor. They're sailing back. They're probably not coming back. So, what's going to happen over there that...
I don't even know if they'll be in this episode. Other than the finale.
Did you guys watch the little teaser?
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously there's some weird stuff going on with eyeballs. Nori's eyes are all weird in that little teaser too.
Oh, I didn't pay that close attention.
The mystics got a hold of her and showed her something. I don't know, but eyeballs.
Nori is Sauron.
I think Nori is gonna have another brush with the mystics, and that's when we'll learn who Aloran or Gandalf. I guess his name is Aloran.
Oh, that's probably his
That's his.
That's probably his Quenya name.
It is.
Yeah.
So. Man, I don't know. But the Mystic's hands were all black like Gandalf's arm was after he magic.
You're crazy.
Does Saruman's fingers get black like that in the movies? You remember? I don't remember.
I don't recall.
Saruman hands.
You're just gonna get the handprint. I don't think so.
Look at those fingernails.
He also doesn't ever really use
magic
except for in his little duel in the Fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
I guess technically in The Hobbit as well, but
he's not bad then too.
But he's not bad. That's true. He's not bad. Okay, we should wrap this up because there may be people hopping on here for episode 271 of the What the Fanboy podcast.
Quick question: will there be a time jump? Do you think?
That's what.
JT over in the chat. Yeah. Will there be a time jump?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. In the sense of we're changing characters type of thing. I think the show's been pretty fast and loose with, we just get from here to here in between episodes, and that'll happen. Like we're not gonna see half of episode 8 of Halbrand and Galadriel riding across Middle Earth. They'll just be there, in a Region. So, no, yeah. JT also says the wizards only use staffs when they only use staffs ? And when they use their staffs, their hands don't change. Oh, maybe.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Though, he needs something to channel things to.
Yeah.
He's like,
he needs to get himself a staff.
We shall not pass.
Yeah, his name is Olorin. What's his?
Ollorin.
Other names: Mithrandir, Incanis, Tharkun, Greyhame, Old Greybeard, the Grey Pilgrim, Stormcrow, White Rider, Lathspell, Gandalf the Wandering Wizard.
Stormcrow. I remember that from
Old Stormcrow. Yeah. So yeah, ultimately still excited. I'm interested to see where they
very
get this.
excited, yeah.
First season, and yeah, the fact that they're underway with season 2, I think be interesting to see how much feedback they actually take and implement it since they've already started filming.
Is this books or movies?
For what?
Because
says he's 5'6".
Oh yeah.
I'm
I think
assuming
he's
that's in
kinda
the book.
Described as like a little old man.
you also always see him standing next to hobbits in the movies a lot, so.
That's true.
I think he's tall even compared to like
Ian-
Aragorn and
Yeah,
Legolas.
Ian McKellen's tall.
Yeah.
They made him tall in the movies.
It wasn't like
How dare
How
they?
dare they? How dare they?